Have you ever been part of a team where everything just clicks? Where the energy is right, ideas are flowing, and you're just getting incredible stuff done together? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on that very magic. We're going to break down how to transform pretty much any group of coworkers into a collaborative powerhouse. So let's start with a question that might hit a little close to home. Is your team really a team, or is it just a bunch of people who happen to report to the same manager and share a few calendar invites? Believe me, there's a huge difference, and that's exactly what we're diving into. All right, first up, what even is real teamwork? And I promise you, we are going way beyond the typical stale corporate buzzwords here. Okay, so on paper, the definition looks pretty simple. It's a collaborative effort, common objective, you know the drill. It sounds straightforward enough, right? But that is not even half the story. Because, really, great teamwork is kind of like an iceberg. That simple definition, that's just a little tip you see sticking out of the water. The real power, the real magic, is all the stuff happening right below the surface. And this is what's going on down there. You've got synergy. That's where 1 + 1 = 3, where your combined skills make something way better than what any one person could do alone. It's about having genuinely shared goals, not just a bunch of separate to-do lists. And the whole thing is built on a foundation of trust and support, where everyone feels like they have each other's backs. See, once you get that foundation right, teamwork pretty much becomes your organization's superpower. And I'm not just being dramatic. We're talking about a real, tangible, measurable impact. And that impact is massive. This isn't just about feeling good. A solid teamwork culture directly fuels innovation because you're mixing all these different perspectives together. It cranks up efficiency since everyone's pulling in the same direction. And of course, it makes a huge difference in morale and just how happy people are to come to work every day. You want proof? How about some hard numbers? According to Gallup, companies with highly engaged teams, which is a direct result of great teamwork, can see their profitability jump by up to 21%. Yeah, that is a serious number that goes straight to the bottom line. And it doesn't stop there. A study from Harvard Business Review found that when teams have what's called psychological safety, basically that trust we talked about, the feeling that you can speak up without fear, their performance can shoot up by 25%. The data is crystal clear. This stuff works. The author of our source material really hammers this point home. They argue that trust is the absolute key, especially now with so many of us working in remote or hybrid teams. Without that trust, collaboration just falls apart. But with it, teamwork can thrive absolutely anywhere. Okay, so we know what teamwork is, and we definitely know why it's a game changer. So now for the big question. How do we actually build it? Well, this next section is your blueprint. Our source lays out this really straightforward 5-step plan. It all begins with clarity, making sure everyone knows exactly what their role is. From there, you build a culture of open communication and get everyone excited about a shared vision. Then you back it all up with smart team building and, of course, the right tools to make collaboration easy. Okay, I have to stop on this for a second because the author makes this hilariously relatable point. They literally wrote, in all caps, "I hate team building activities." And let's just be honest for a minute. Who hasn't felt that? The awkward icebreakers, the forced fun, it can be a total drag. But here's the brilliant solution they offer, and I absolutely love this. Instead of just complaining, take charge. Be the change you want to see. The author gives a great example of joining their company's sustainability team and helping put together a tree planting project. It was meaningful, it felt authentic, and guess what? It still built those essential team bonds. Of course, none of this really works unless leadership is setting the right tone. Managers have to walk the talk. That means collaborating openly themselves, giving regular feedback, actively seeking out different points of view, and, this one's huge, measuring team success, not just individual performance. Okay, so you've done the work, you've built this amazing team, now what? How do you keep that great vibe going? Our final section is all about how to sustain that momentum, and it comes down to the simple but incredibly powerful act of recognition. Because building a team is not a project with a start and end date. It's an ongoing culture, and like any living thing, it needs to be fed. The fuel for a great team culture? You guessed it, consistent and genuine recognition. The author brings up this fantastic little scene from the movie The Intern. Every time the company hits a major milestone, they ring a bell, they share the story of that success out loud, and the entire team stops what they're doing to applaud. It's such a simple public act, but it makes people feel so seen and valued. And you don't need a Hollywood movie set to do this.
It can be as simple as giving a public shout out in the weekly meeting, setting up a system for peer-to-peer recognition, or even just treating the team to lunch after a big win. These small gestures add up and have a huge impact on morale.
So that brings us to the end, and I want to leave you with a little challenge for your own team. Just think about it for a second. What's one small win, one little moment of awesome collaboration that you and your team can pause to celebrate together this week? Because that small act, that's where a truly great teamwork culture really begins.